On today's Michigan Football Report, we're going to tell you about the starting QB battle that we put out there yesterday, what we know a day later. Also, the full starting lineup from Michigan, Fresno State, and what to expect in the 2024 season opener tomorrow night. But we've got some breaking news. We are 131 subscribers away from 32,000, the next milestone that's frankly taken forever because we kind of didn't have much of an off-season content strategy here at the Michigan Football Report. Nevertheless, team meeting this morning, we said, okay, cool. What are we going to do? It was decided, maybe above my pay grade, I don't know, that if we don't hit it by Tuesday, right? Labor Day is on Monday. We won't give you that one. Got 131 subscribers. Need to hit that mark of 32,000 by Tuesday, or channel goes private for the month of September. So don't risk it. Subscribe now. Send that link to your friends, youtube.com/MichiganTV. Davis Warren. It wasn't announced last night by Jaishawn Moore officially. And usually, buzz starts to really pick up when the team finds out who a starting quarterback is or starting at another position. And I am not 100% confident the entire team has found out. But one of the best sources out there that I've got on this stuff said it's going to be Warren. But this isn't like a J.J. McCarthy situation in 2023 or even like Caden McNamara back in 2021 or anything like that, where he's going to be the starting quarterback for the entire year. It's more actually probably like the 2022 season. Okay, Cade's going to get the first start in 2021. We'll see how he does. I don't know if that's necessarily saying JJ gets the start in game 2 or he's going to get the start in game 2. I doubt that happens because, of course, in 2022, it was like Hawaii and, lower level teams like that. But we will see Alex Orji in this game with the first team. Is going to get every opportunity, to win the job while on the field. Maybe make some big time plays. Maybe he's more of a gamer rather than a practice. Jack, we're talking about practice? Practice. Not the game that Alex Orji loves. We're talking about practice. So what happened with Orji in the end zone? Alex Orji, the presumed starter for really the entire summer, the entire fall camp, really up until the last 3 or 4 days. My source tells me that, he goes, think back to Jalen Milroe in the third and really mostly the fourth quarter against Michigan in the Rose Bowl, right? And I went back and I watched that film last night. It was pretty interesting because, he had the fumble, Milroe did, so not taking control of the ball, keeping control of the ball, something like that. And there was multiple times on those last 2 drives for Alabama where he threw the ball out wide, and the ball skipped 8 or 10 yards in front of the receiver's feet. And that's kind of what we're hearing that Orji's been doing in practice over the last 2 weeks. I don't know what happened in the August 17th team scrimmage game where Orji went in there. All eyes were on him. He plays well today. He's Michigan's starting quarterback, and he just didn't play very well, and Davis Warren did. And since then, it's been an inch and closer to Davis Warren and really started to take off on Tuesday's practice where Warren got 75% of the snap. So we're not going to get Orji in the end zone, taking the first snaps at least. So I doubt the first touchdown. Well, I hope the first touchdown is not scored by Alex Orji, because that means Davis Warren probably has 3, 4, 5 drives of very minimal, offensive success. But I do still expect him, like we said, to get the opportunity to win the job, see what he can do on the field, because Michigan, I think with Davis Warren being in there, maybe there's more of a heightened urgency on figuring out who can be the starting quarterback in this first game going to Texas next week. So that is something to keep an eye on. We will continue to talk about the quarterback battle in today's show. Plus, I'm going to give you the starter at every position on offense and defense here for the Michigan football program. But I got to tell you about this first. Football season is here, and for me, that means longer days at the office and less time to cook at home. Thankfully, I have today's sponsor, Factor, to keep me full even on game days. Fuel up with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Guys, if you don't have a lady or somebody cooking for you at home, you've got to get started with Factor. It's super easy. The meals show up at your house. You put them in your fridge. Boom. You toss them in the microwave in less than 2 minutes. You have a delicious, dietitian-approved meal ready to eat. So no matter how busy you are, you always have time to enjoy nutritious, great-tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you always have new flavors to explore with Factor. You enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. You choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well balanced. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Head over to factormeals.com/MichiganChat50. That's MichiganChat50. Use that code MichiganChat50. Get to 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's MichiganChat50 at factormeals.com/MichiganChat50. 50% off your first month and then 20% off the month after that while your subscription is active. Factormeals.com/MichiganChat50. The link is down in the comments and the description, and make sure you use that promo code for 50% off your first order. So get used to that name. Look, there's a chance we could be wrong here, right? There's a chance we could be wrong. Putting out there, I am 88% confident at this point. What are we, 29 hours before the game, filming this about 2:30 Eastern time on Friday. Davis Warren's going to get the first snaps for Michigan. Alex Orji is going to be in there. But I don't know if we've ever been – I'm trying to think the last time. 2016, we really didn't know we were getting from Will Spate. I don't know. You go back to maybe even like 2008 or 2009. Right, 2008, you had Stephen Threet, Nick Sheridan. In 2009, you had Tate Forcier as a true freshman. But since then, you at least knew what you were getting out of some of these quarterbacks. We saw them in the spring game, and that was fine. But, Shea Patterson, 2018, 2019, we saw him as a starter in the SEC at Ole Miss. Quarterback in 2015, forgetting his name at the time, Iowa transfer. Starting quarterback Iowa, transferred to Michigan for Jim Harbaugh's first year. So Joe Milton even was in games and making plays for Michigan in the game or two, the season or two before he got in there. I think he scored a touchdown against Ohio State in the blowout loss in 2018. So welcome to the show, Davis Warren. Hopefully you do great, right? But hope that Sherrone Moore makes the right decision if this is indeed what happens, which all signs are pointing to Davis Warren being Michigan's starting quarterback for Saturday night's game. Where are you watching the 2024 season opener? Are you going to be sitting on your couch like I'm going to be? Jack, you a couch guy?
Big couch guy.
Big time couch guy. Are you going over to a friend's house? Are you watching it at someone else's house? Maybe still on the couch, but if you type C for couch, that's your own couch. Friend's house, give me an F down in the comments. If you're watching it at a bar, I can't do a bar at all, Jack. I cannot watch a Michigan football game at a bar. Never happening. Not doing it. Or are you being in the stands at Michigan Stadium? Give me a B for bar or an S for stands. Let me know. Make sure everyone goes down. C, F, B, or S. Let me know where you're watching this Michigan football 2024 season opener. The starting skill position players for Michigan. Now, I will premise this by saying, I think we are going to see more 2 tight end sets tomorrow than we will see 3 wide receiver sets. So if that is the case, you can take probably Fredrick Moore out of the starting lineup and put in Max Bredesen, your 2024 team captain. Donovan Edwards is going to be starting running back, Khalil Mullings, Benjamin Hall, and then Jordan Marshall. Colston Loveland, we all know we're getting out of Colston Loveland, the best tight end in all of college football. You got 3 young receivers. I know Morris is now a junior, so a junior and 2 sophomores there at your starting wide receiver. So a lot of upside in the future for Michigan. Favored by 3 scores against Fresno tomorrow, and breaking in 10, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new starters on this offense from last season, which that might be unprecedented in college football history, especially for a team that won 10 or more games, right? Not to mention the 15 games that Michigan won last year. Semaj Morgan is a guy I think can have a big-time breakout season. You will see him in all facets of the ball, the field for Michigan this year, next year. If he's still on the team in 2026, if he stays all 4 years, I do think we can potentially get a season from him like Steve Breston had. Breston 2003 to 2006 was never a big impact wide receiver, 400, 500, maybe 600 yards receiving. I'll have to go back and look, but was always getting reverses, was always getting jet sweeps. I remember in 2003, I think it was his redshirt freshman year, he took a snap under center and scored a touchdown against Ohio State right inside the 5-yard line. That is the role that I envision Semaj Morgan for this 2024 Michigan football team. Quick reminder, hit that damn subscribe button. Do it now, because I'm going to have to make the channel private if you don't. I don't want to do that. I want to give free content to the people. We're the first ones to report Davis Warren. And, do us a favor by making sure you subscribe or send that link to a friend if you've already subscribed and you've got Michigan football group chat, Twitter, community, Facebook group, whatever it is, family group chat. Send that link, youtube.com/MichiganTV. Say, hit that subscribe button. 131 you need to do it before Tuesday. We've told you the last couple shows about the starting offensive line. New names on there. Dominick Giudice, right? Giudice. He transferred, or he was started his career backup defensive line. Now he is offensive line. He is from Italy, probably originally. I just love the name, right? And his picture when he was a recruit looked like he was straight out of a Sopranos casting. The other one, Evan Link, redshirt freshman, out of D.C. area, Gonzaga High School, one of the great high school football programs in America. Really came out of nowhere to seize that starting right tackle position. And then we've got Josh Priebe coming over from Northwestern, right? 2-year start, really kind of a 3-year starter. Started like 8 games in 2021, 9 in 2022. There was a little injury, and then moving in and out of the lineup, and then was the full-time starter last year. So I kind of think it's like 2.5-year starting for Northwestern. 29 starts in the last 3 seasons. Coming over after 4 years at Northwestern, got a degree there. Now he's going to get a graduate degree at Michigan. Was your 2023 captain for Northwestern. So it's always good when you take somebody else's captain to come over to your team. I am back on Twitter, a.k.a. X, tomorrow, taking a 7-day break. I did a couple tweets out there on Tuesday and Wednesday because of the Stallions thing. But make sure to follow me on there. I'll be putting out highlights. I'll do a halftime show, etc. on X. I think I put the most content on Twitter for Michigan football of anyone, at least anyone that's got more than 100 followers or anything like that. Instagram, it's at Michigan Football Report. TikTok, it's at Michigan Football Report. And on Facebook, they won't let us change the URL, so it remains Harbaugh Go Blue. 78,000 Michigan fans that follow us on Facebook cannot be wrong. Join us. The links to all those social media platforms are down in the comments and description of this video. No surprise with the starting defensive line out on the edges. Now, you might actually see Michigan categorize a couple of these guys, Josiah Stewart and Derrick Moore, as linebackers, but they're not linebackers. They are defensive ends, edge rushers for Michigan. You got the best interior defensive line in all of college football. And Ohio State and a few other schools are going to say, oh, we've got the best defensive line. Bull crap. I don't think there's a better defensive line than these 4 right here. You're going to see Eno Etta. You're going to see TJ Guy. You're going to see Rayshawn, Trap, Money, Benny also making an impact for this team early on, rotating in. Jack, I took the PlayStation home last night. The work one, I played my first game. This trial, I really stink, by the way. I'm pretty bad. So, but I did see Eno Etta. I did see TJ Guy rotating a ton on the defensive line in that one. So that's your starting defensive line against Fresno. I hope Michigan gets up 2 or 3 scores so you get a ton of rotation, gearing up for Texas next week. You got 3 returning starters in this defense, right? You got Mason Graham, and then you've got Will Johnson and Makari Paige, right? I think that's it. Because remember, Kenneth Grant wasn't even technically a full-time starter last year, and now he is, right? He played kind of starter snaps a lot of times, but you've got 9 guys with serious starting experience, right? Starting linebacker here, Jaishawn Barham coming over from Maryland. He was probably their best defender last year. Ernest Hausmann, a ton of experience, was a starter as a freshman at Nebraska in 2022, was Michigan's top linebacker in off the bench, played a ton last year for him. And, obviously, we know we got from Derrick Moore. We know what we got from Josiah Stewart as reserves last year. Those guys played starter snaps. I mean, that defensive line, I think 3 of the 4, maybe all 4 of them, were on the field for the final play against Alabama. So even though you've only got 3 returning starters, here's the guys in the secondary that we've talked about for a couple weeks. Quinten Johnson, right? He was in the biggest plays against Ohio State. He was making plays all down the stretch of last year. I think the only 2 of this starting lineup, these 11 guys, that you can say are just completely unproven or unknown, it's going to be Zeke Berry at the nickel, who could have had the best fall camp of any player on this entire team, and then a redshirt freshman, Jyaire Hill, who has won that cornerback 2 job. And he was a huge recruit, top 100 player, and we'll see if Fresno tries to pick on either one of those guys in the passing game. Now, Fresno's got a great quarterback. I mean, really good quarterback. He's very experienced. He started at 2 different schools, Central Florida, now at Fresno for the last couple of years, preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. So they are going to try to pass the ball, and they're going to try to spread the ball around, right? I think, whether they move it downfield a ton, we'll see. But I think you'll have pass attempts to 9, 10, 11 different Fresno players throughout this game from the offensive side of the ball. If you guys like the show, if you like all we've done over the last 5 years on YouTube, hit that like button. We just found out every time we get a like on this video, YouTube shows it to 5 Michigan football fans who are not subscribed to the channel. So help spread the love. We really do appreciate you guys. I might do a video on Saturday morning. We'll see if there's anything that kind of comes up new we want to talk about between now and then. But if not, we'll flip open the laptop from home and do a post-game show on Saturday and be back with Overreaction Sunday for you guys. Till then, hit that like button. Go Blue.